one of the things that we need to talk about is housing. And there's some figures out today that I couldn't believe. The public spending, so that's taxpayers' money, spent on homeless people being housed in hotels has gone from $0 when Labor was elected 9 years ago to $3.6 million this year. Now, that's not people in those hotels during COVID. Why are homeless people being paid for by taxpayers in hotels?
Well, mate, look, there is a crisis. And by the way, the numbers are a bit contradictory in that story. There was also a graph, and it looked like they were saying there was $41 million that was going to be spent in the financial year, and I'd actually believe that. But we at the moment, Steve, up here is probably what's happening in Sydney and Melbourne. But I can tell you, because I've seen it here in Brisbane, there are people living in tents right around our inner city areas. There are families there in parks, and we've seen that on the news. We know that teachers and nurses, for example, I know I've got a friend of the family who's a nurse educator at one of the hospitals. She knows nurses who are sleeping in their cars. That's how bad it is. And so, look, governments had to respond, and I suppose I can't fault them for that. But it just shows that when you shovel, so many immigrants into the country, and that you don't actually sort out the impediments on delivering new homes, and you actually have high taxes on creating new homes, and you have terrible IR, that you're going to have real problems in delivery. And this government, though, particularly hasn't delivered social housing as they should have over the past 9 years. We had a plan that we were implementing, and it was actually happening, a partnership with the private sector, and they stopped it, went and had a review, lost several years, and that goes on. So the Greens particularly have been criticising the Labor Party here in Queensland for not delivering social housing, and frankly, the Greens are dead right.
Yeah, it is the same issue right around the country. Campbell Newman, always fabulous to catch up with you. Thank you for joining us again on a Friday night.